Hello, and welcome to Miss A.J.'s Charm School. So, lesson number 1, how to act like a lady. First of all, we introduce ourselves as ladies. So, Miss A.J. And of course, as many of you know my name is A.J. And I am running for Playboy's Miss Social. Now, I am of course covered in chalk dust. So, rather than reaching for a dirty cloth, I do what any lady would do. I reach into my hand sack and pull out a clean, white, embroidered handkerchief. It is a bit warm. And also, as any lady also has in her bag, a nice, lightly scented perfume. Of course, always scent your handkerchief to leave perhaps for a lucky gentleman. We wouldn't want anything crass or overtly sexual, which is why a lady should always have a lightly scented calling card. This is what gentlemen find sexy or sensual, not these vulgar things. So now we're going to go through what men truly find sexy and sensual nowadays. Oh, it is warm, is it not? I don't know. Not wearing hats, for instance. Or, well, I think indoors it is acceptable to not wear a jacket. That is one thing that is now acceptable. So, given that it is August, that is not acceptable. And I will show you how to deal with that as a lady. Now, normally, a lady should not have to remove her own jacket, but since there are no gentlemen around and it's just us girls, no harm, no foul. Put this someplace where it won't be disturbed. Now, as a lady, you can even change into something else. But we'll get to this in a moment. Remember, always cross the ankles and bend at the knees to retrieve one's fan. And there's an entire language of the fan. But we'll get to that another day. Some of the things that gentlemen think they find appealing. 1, it is okay to be painted. I can always take a sip and never leave a single hint of red. An invaluable trait for if you perhaps give a gentleman of your choice a goodnight peck on the cheek. And not that I'm encouraging you to create any scandal, because that would be the utmost in scandal. But let me show you two objects. Oh my goodness. Really, one of these days, they should invent something to cool the air, shouldn't they? Thankfully, no gentleman will ever see this. That can't hurt. Remember, never let a gentleman see you in your stays. Now this crass piece of fluff is obviously something you'd never let a gentleman see you wear, or even own. In fact, I don't even know why I came to own it. It must have... I bought it as a training device. Yes. I bought this to show other young ladies what never ever to purchase. Whereas this was a gift from a doting gentleman caller. And I don't even recall if I gave him a kiss on the cheek. Oh. One other thing a lady might do is spritz that wonderful perfume on her fan. Because, as we all know, it can get... Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, quite hot in the summer months. Oh. Oh, excuse my stays. Anyway, so, you know, really, since there are no gentlemen here, it might actually go faster to explain the lesson without this. Oh my. Oh. I think I had a case of the vapors coming on. I felt faint. And that is one time it is okay to remove an article of clothing, because a gentleman might have to come in and see me in this manner of undress. And now let me show you the difference. And of course, never ever let your skirt ride up. Let me show. Oh. Oh, that is divine. Because here at Miss A.J.'s Charm School, we take being a lady very seriously. First, excuse my disheveled appearance, but even in this state of undress, without my stays tightened, because they have not yet been. And now look, This is something you could even throw on if, say, God's forbid, a gentleman were to walk in right now. Which, of course, a lady should never allow to happen. And, of course, make sure every single bit of skin is covered, from here to your ankles. Now, look at the difference. I just feel, I'm so glad that men can't see us. And it's just between us girls. Don't I look the trollop? Don't I look like a complete harlot? I look like a regular saloon dancer. And how high would they go? And look at that. Look at these. My high button boots. All the way up. So, at that rate, you might not even leave a calling card, but just leave yourself spread out on his, well, in his boudoir. That's an absolute necessity, ladies. Ah. I think I hear someone coming. Remember what I told you. This is something you can just, throw on. You know, I think I'm going to leave this on after all. Because I wasn't quite truthful. Yes, I was given the fur by a gentleman caller. I was given the boa by a gentleman caller as well. And number 5. Never ever leave lipstick when making out. So, I suppose maybe those are a little more practical. And if you wear too much powder, he could end up all over his suit. Not a good thing. Especially if he's taking a long lunch. So, young ladies, this is Miss A.J. from Miss A.J.'s Charm School. And if any of you gentlemen out there have watched, I certainly hope this has gotten you hot for teacher. Mwah.